So, in full honesty, I forgot yesterday's video, but I'm doing it this morning as a recap of what happened yesterday, which means I need to think about that. Because I feel like the day, as soon as I'm in the day, I've moved on, and I don't really know what happened yesterday. But what I do know is that, and I've mentioned this before in past videos, I'm in this kind of process of making a very big decision for my business, which is then also going to impact my personal life as well. And it's really fascinating how when you're stuck in that moment of trying to make that decision, it's almost paralyzing your ability to move on and make further progress, because it's always like this cloud over the top that you're constantly wary of, and like, okay, well, if I go ahead with that, or if I don't go ahead with that, how does that impact these bits that I'm working on? So it's really interesting, and I think then trying, for me, again, because self-awareness is fundamental, I believe, to everything we do. I'm looking at, okay, why is that happening? What do I do in order to make progress, and how can I make those decisions faster so that I'm not spending the last 2 or 3 days I've made progress, but I haven't made that decision. I made it, then I didn't make it. I made it, then I didn't make it. Because you're like, well, what if this? Or maybe I could do this. And you have to kind of understand where that's coming from as well. Is that a place of your own insecurity? It's been playing on my mind. Today, I think it's the day to make the call. End of. So yeah, that's going to be some big changes, and I can talk a bit more about that, which will be very, I always say interesting, but it will be interesting to kind of see how that plays out. And I've done a lot of research on the self-awareness side of things. I've structured my Living Designedly plan in terms of a bit of a calendar style, which I'm trying for November. I'm going to continue to see how that works, but also for December I want to do more of that. And I'm going to show you that as well, so that if you want to give it a go in December, then I can send it across, or you can create your own, whatever you want to do. So that would be really good from a Living Designedly point of view, because I want to keep working on that aspect. And then I've also did a lot of work yesterday on the kind of working designedly aspect in that space, and how I feel I can add value into that area. Looking back at my own experiences, what helped me in my experiences to move forward. I was promoted internally, which is a big topic that I'm thinking about at the moment. Also, remote working is something that obviously I've managed a team of remote consultants across the UK. So I think that is definitely something that I can support with right now, especially with more people working from home. Teams aren't together in the same offices, and that's something it was a real challenge for me to start with, because I've always worked in retail where like my team's all close together. You can get that energy, when you're face to face, you just motivate people in the ways that are really going to work for them. You can have those conversations in the moment when you can see things aren't quite right. But when you're remote working, that's so much more difficult. And it's something I really had to adjust to over those 4 years of working at my last company. And then we built a team up to 80 people. So how do you manage and do all of that? So there has been progress. There is a big decision to be made. And that is the update for day 48.